Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it is your first time here. My name is Jess. Today's video is going to kick off a mini series that I'm going to be doing in the month of August. So a couple of years ago, no actually probably more like 4 years ago, I did Vlogust, where you basically vlog and upload a video every day throughout August, and there is just no way that I could do that now. But I thought I'd do like a little reading spin on it. So essentially every week in the month of August I will upload a reading vlog. So I will film our lives and what I'm reading throughout the week, and then I will upload it. So I am borrowing a little bit from the month of July. What I will do is film Wednesday to Wednesday and then upload on my usual day, which is Thursday. So in order to ensure that we have a full week for my first one, I'm borrowing the last few days of July, so I am cheating a little bit. But yeah, just thought that it might be a little bit more interesting. We tend to do slightly more exciting things in the month of August because it's the main summer month. We are also, hopefully, all being well, going to Scotland for 2 weeks, so there might be some slightly more entertaining footage for me to share with you. In terms of what I am reading, it's quite good timing actually, because I'm just about to finish my current read, which is Law by Alexandra Bracken, and oh my goodness, I have thoroughly enjoyed this book. It has firmly cemented my belief that there is a right time to read a book, because I'm so busy at the moment with work that I have needed something really gripping and some true escapism, and this has fulfilled the brief. It's not flawless, but I have just thoroughly enjoyed it, and I don't have that much to read, maybe about 30 pages, so I should definitely get this finished today, and I'll explain a little bit more about what it is about and everything when I have finished it. So yeah, I have got that to read first, and then in terms of what I will pick up next, I really don't know. Looking at my summer TBR as we go into the final month of the summer, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 books left on my summer TBR. If you want to go and see that video, I will link it down below. None of those are massive. Oh, hello sunshine. None of those are massively jumping out to me. I do think I run the risk of having a bit of serious book hangover once I have finished this, if it ends the way that I think it's going to end. So I'll probably finish this and then just sit and think about what I want to read next. It probably won't be one off my TBR, if I'm being honest. I'll probably want to read something a bit more pacey, just to try and get over my book hangover. But yeah, this is essentially an introduction to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Hopefully you will want to come along, and right now I'm heading to work. I've got to take Eli to his holiday club. I'm heading to work, and I will check in with you all later. Quick reading update from me. Sorry about the lighting, it is a truly miserable day today. So as predicted, I finished Law last night. Thoroughly enjoyed this. I can't remember if I explained what it was about, but essentially it's urban fantasy, so it's set in our present day world in New York, and we are following a young girl called Law, who is the last mortal in her ancient Greek house, which is the house of Perseus. And basically we have something called the Aegon, which is every 7 years some of the Greek gods come back to earth as mortals, making them vulnerable to being hunted and killed, and they are hunted by a series of these ancient houses. So we have the house of Perseus. Who else do we have? House of Achilles, house of Theseus, house of Odysseus, etc, etc. And if a mortal kills a god, they absorb their power and they can be reborn as that god, is the basic essence of it. And Law has tried to remove herself from this world, but finds herself pulled back in because she, as the last remaining mortal in the house of Perseus, has access to a weapon that other people want, and that's kind of the basic essence of it. I'm a bit annoyed because it was definitely going to be a 5-star read for me, but I knocked half a star off because you don't really get much of an explanation about who is who, or how the whole thing kind of comes together. You know, who are these ancient bloodlines, how does it work with gods and the new gods and all that kind of thing. And I spent a large portion at the start of the book trying to work out what was going on. Then when I got to the end, like 2 pages from the end, you are basically presented with, oh, let me just find it, a cast of characters, and I just don't know why they don't put these at the front. Who's going to skip to the back of the book and risk reading the back page and seeing what happens? This would have been helpful at the start, because it would have given me more of an understanding of who was who and what was happening. So yeah, knocked half a star off it for that. But this is, I mean, you really do hit the ground running. You're just kind of thrown into the story. You have to pick it up as you go along. It's very pacey, but very, very entertaining, and I'm so glad that I read it. So I finished that last night, and then I decided to pick up The Foundling by Stacey Halls. So this is historical fiction set in the 1750s, and we're following a young girl called Bess who has had a baby out of wedlock, and she takes her baby to a foundling hospital, and 6 years later she goes back to reclaim her baby, only to be told that someone has already been there. Essentially, she has already been and collected her baby, and she came back and collected her baby the day after she left her in the foundling hospital. Now we know as readers that that's not true, so who is it that has taken Bess's baby is kind of the essence of the story. I'm not very far in, I'm about 50 pages or so in. So I read The Familiars by Stacey Halls last year, the year before, which again was historical fiction about the witch trials in Pendle. Is it called Pendle? Pretty sure it's called Pendle. How many times can a person say Pendle? And I enjoyed it, but I thought that it was a little bit flat. Already getting much better vibes from this one. It almost has a slight gothic feel to it, which is reminiscent to me of Laura Purcell. I mean, as I say, I'm not that far in, but I'm already getting that kind of vibe from it. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying this one so far. Basically picked this one up because I thought that it might be quite an easy read. I might be able to get it finished before the end of July. But yeah, intrigued to see how the story progresses. So I'm off to work now. I don't normally work on a Thursday, which is throwing me for a little bit of a loop, but I'm off to work now, and yeah, I'll probably try and read a little bit on my lunch break, or I might see if I can get the audiobook on Scribd. And yeah, I will check in with you all later. I appreciate I have been quite rubbish at remembering to film the different things that we were up to, so I apologise. Quick reading update, not really much to report. Still making my way through The Foundling, still enjoying it a great deal, and we have now flicked to another perspective. So we were reading from the perspective of Bess, who was the girl who gave up her baby to the foundling hospital, went to collect her 6 years later, only to be told that she had already been to collect her the day after she dropped her off. And now we are reading from the perspective of a woman called Alexandra who has a daughter. We are being led to believe that it may be Bess's daughter, but she happens to be the wife of the father of Bess's daughter. So another level of complexity there, but I said earlier on that it was giving me quite gothic Laura Purcell vibes. It still continues to do so. So very much enjoying it, but just slowly making my way through. We are just about to head into Southport because I have an appointment to get a piercing. I am hoping to get either my tragus or my, I want to say Daith. I don't know if it's Daith as in faith or doth, but an inner part of my ear pierced, and I flit between I'm really nervous. I flit between thinking that it's either going to be incredibly painful and I'm going to pass out, and then reminding myself that I have 2 tattoos and it didn't hurt when I had either of those done, so how much more painful could a piercing be? But then equally it could be like next level pain and I could pass out, and if I Google it, all it talks about is how painful it is. So I'm pretty nervous. But anyway, and we also need to pick up some stuff for our trip to Scotland, because we're hoping to do some hiking. We're going to a very beautiful part of Scotland, and we're hoping to do some hiking when we get there, so we need to get some stuff for that. So yeah, I'll bring you along. Might not film me getting pierced because I might cry, might scream, might pass out. It's quite a bit later on Saturday now. We were out for a very long time. I have had my piercing done. I don't know if you can see it just there it did actually hurt quite a bit. The initial piercing part when the guy put the needle through, that wasn't painful, but when he was then fiddling with getting the earring through, that it was quite pinchy and not very pleasant. I didn't really enjoy it at all, but I think that it looks very cute. Obviously it needs to heal 6 to 8 weeks, and then I'll be able to have something a bit more interesting than that in it. But yeah, do quite like it. So yeah, I haven't really done any reading or anything. I'm going to do some reading now. We're going to have a nice meal this evening, but I'm going to do some chilling and do some reading, so I'm sure that I will update you once I have done that. But yeah, I just wanted to check in and say I didn't check it out. I had it done. It did hurt. It's actually throbbing quite a bit. It's weird because I should be able to like sleep and stuff. The guy pressed onto my ears quite hard. And he's like, so actually you can sleep and it's unlikely that you're gonna knock it. You just need to keep it clean. But my ears kind of like doo-dum, doo-dum, doo-dum. And I imagine it's gonna be like that for quite a while. So anyway, rambling now. That's my update. Had it done. Gonna read. Talk to you all later. Quick reading update. Sorry about all the chaos in the background there. I haven't done any reading today. It's Sunday afternoon. We went out for a walk this morning, then we had to rush back because Meg had a birthday party. I have filmed, edited and uploaded my July reading wrap up, and I've also done a couple of things because my book club is one today and I have a few giveaways running for that. But yeah, I have not done any reading today, and honestly just don't think I'm feeling it today, so I'll probably check in with you tomorrow. If I do get around to reading something, I will let you know. Otherwise, yeah, I will check in with you tomorrow. Quick update from me. I've just dropped the kids off at Holiday Club. It's Monday morning and I am now just about to go into work. I have been reading and listening to the Foundling. I've only got about an hour of the audiobook left. I'm not quite sure how far I am in the physical copy. We are just at a point where Bess has taken Charlotte back and we're kind of exploring whether it's better for a child to be with their mother or whether it's better for them to have an improved quality of life, because obviously Bess is quite poor. Charlotte is going to have to work in order to be able to live with her, whereas if she stayed with Alexandra, alright, Alexandra is detached, but she has a better quality of life and she has a better chance at a future, etc, etc. So that's kind of what we're exploring now. Very much enjoying it. I'm enjoying it much more than I enjoyed The Familiars, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes and how the story develops, but right now I have to go into work. So I'm just filming this quickly on my phone because Loki is now asleep on my feet and I don't want to get up. I'm aware that I have not been very good at remembering to film this week. Hopefully next week will be more interesting as a reading vlog in general. But quick reading update. I finished The Foundling. I enjoyed it much more than I thought that I would, and much more than I enjoyed The Familiars. There was just a lot more depth to it than there was with The Familiars, and I found myself resonating a lot more with the characters in that book. I don't want to tell you how it ends because I don't want to spoil it, but it does have quite a sweet and satisfactory ending, which was nice. And then in true mood reader style, I picked up Tradition by Brendan Keeley, which is a book that I bought on a whim ages ago and probably haven't even thought about since I bought it. And I was just perusing my shelves and I was like, do I fancy a little bit of teen angst? Yes, please. So I have picked that one up. I'm actually both listening to the audiobook and reading it, and I'm flying through it. I'm well over 2/3 of the way in. So this one is set in a private school called Fulwood, and we are following two characters. We have James Baxter, a young lad who was a high school football star, and during a practice he got a little bit too keen, I think, and injured one of his fellow teammates, and like seriously injured them, like not just a little bit. The coach was really getting them hyped and really winding them up, and he went in a bit too hard and he seriously injured one of his teammates. And so he was banned from football and, as you might imagine, pretty much ostracised from his community. So he has been sent to this private school as his second chance. He's not allowed to play football, but he is on the hockey team. So there's still that kind of lad culture vibe to his side of the story. And then we have a young girl called Jules, who is very much about dissembling the patriarchy, standing up for women's health, women's rights, all that good stuff. And at the point where we're at now, Jules and James have struck up a friendship, quite unusually, I think, for the setting. And they've all just been, them and some of their extended friends have all just been at a party, and something has gone down. And I think we're about to kind of discover the fallout from that. It isn't actually as angsty as I was expecting it to be, which is a pleasant surprise, and it's really readable, really quick. So very much enjoying that one, and I'll probably get that finished tomorrow because I am off tomorrow. But however, we are actually going camping this weekend, even though it is forecast to be thunderstorms and torrential rain all weekend. We booked it a while ago. We're going to the Peak District with my parents, and a couple of other people will be there. So I don't know how much reading I will get done this weekend, but I'll certainly have some more interesting footage to show you in next week's vlog. And yeah, we're not taking the dogs. Well, we're taking Loki. This is a vlog all over the place, isn't it? We are taking Loki. We're not taking Darcy or Pepper. They are going to the dog sitters because we've never been camping with one dog, let alone 3. So this is sort of testing the waters and seeing if it's possible. And hopefully it won't put us off for our holiday in Scotland where we're taking Darcy and Loki. But regardless, I'm going to go now. I'll do some filming tomorrow, try and make it a bit low-key and chilled out, and then I'll upload the vlog, and yeah, I will be back next week, and I'll try to be better at remembering to film more interesting content. I'm just so busy with work at the moment, and that's not going to stop until we go on holiday, so it is what it is. Hope you can all bear with, and yeah, the quality of this is not too bad compared to my camera. Fingers crossed. But anyway, that is where I'm at with my reading. Should definitely get it finished tomorrow. No idea what I want to pick up next. I don't think that now at this point there's really anything left on my summer TBR that I want to pick up, but you never know. We will see how I feel when I finish my book and I go to have a look at my shelves. Something else might jump out at me. You never know. So I will speak to you all later.